Sorry, there was some spaghetti sauce on the rim. Welcome back to the coolest show on the internet. And today, we gotta talk about the coolest character ever. And I know what you're thinking. Sonic? Wrong! Move over, blue guy! Step aside, Italian. Die, Bubsy! Who's another... Oh, shit. Not you, Asterix! Because today, we're here to talk about James Pond. That's right, we're going to be discussing James Pond's second game, James Pond 2, Codename Robocod. Robocod. So hold on to your butt cheeks, because it's about to get spicy. James Pond 2, Codename Robocod, is a game where you play as James Pond, a fish on a mission. And that mission, should you choose to accept it, is to raid Santa's castle at the North Pole and save Christmas from the evil Dr. Maybe. Is he really a doctor? Maybe. So in order to understand Robocod, we first must examine, what is a Robocod? Well, once he was just a regular fish, like you and me, but then he got bit by a shark, and scientists had to reconstruct his body from robots, but they accidentally dropped him into a bucket of gas station boner pills. Now, cursed to live the life of a penis, he roams the North Pole, searching, questing, fighting for justice. He's a robot. He's a fish. He's a secret agent. He's Robocod. What I'm trying to say is that Robocod is basically just a mobile erection. That being said, I'm pretty sure copyright infringement was the main marketing angle for Robocod. I mean, aside from selling penguin snacks, because, you know, that was also a marketing angle for this game in the UK. And a pretty successful one, too, because, man, I want a penguin snack. Sign me up for penguin treats. Oi, come have some penguini biscuits, you jobs. Yeah, I'm actually pretty well versed in Britannian dialecticalism. Anyways, Robocod is so cool, dude. Just look at him in this advertisement for the game. What a badass, intimidating Sonic with his coolness. He's too cool for Sonic, guys. Actually, now that I take the time to look at it, maybe Sonic is just trying to get out of this socially awkward situation. Because, you know, if I was trying to enjoy a delicious strawberry shake and I had this lanky, bug-eyed boy looming over me, constantly trying to one-up me, I'd dip out too. You see this guy? Walk away. There's no use in engaging in conversation. Oh, also this poster mentions Robocod's notorious flying bathtub. Why is the flying bathtub notorious? Did Robocod run over a family of 5 in a DUI incident? I want to know what happened with this thing to make it so notorious. I mean, the flying bathtub does do work in the game. You literally take out the entire British Royal Army with this thing. Or maybe these guys are supposed to be nutcrackers? I can't tell the difference. There really isn't a difference between the Queen's Guard and a Nutcracker. Look at this, dude. This is the same picture. They're the same guy. British people, please comment below and tell me that I'm right, okay? We need to settle this once and for all. What, if any, is the difference between a Nutcracker and the Queen's Guard? The answer is nothing.
Robocod was charged with 54 counts of first-degree murder today for his vicious attack on the British Royal Army, an attack in which Robocod used a flying bathtub to crush the skulls of his victims. His reasoning? Well, he's just a cunt.
Another wonderful character trait of our good friend Robocod is that he's always dancing. He's just always dancing, dude. He never stops. Even as the bosses he defeats explode to death, Robocod just keeps dancing. He doesn't give a fuck, dude. He'll dance as you die, he'll dance at your funeral, he'll dance on your grave. He'll even dance on your grieving mother. He just really enjoys dancing. Oh, I forgot to mention that he can crawl across the ceiling. Did you know he could crawl across the ceiling like a fucking demon? It's too bad he's so slow, man.
Oh man, I'm falling asleep over here. I'm losing consciousness.
Yeah, this mechanic is dumb. I mean, look, if the crackers are on the top shelf, give Robocod a call. But in a world where you can literally equip wings and fly around a stage freely, having an extendo spine really isn't that impressive. But that won't stop Robocod from sniffing his own farts. Nothing will. Robocod never leaves a fart unsniffed. He won't let his farts escape. You can sniff his fart. Oh, hey, I almost forgot to talk about copyright infringement. So copyright infringement seems to be a staple of this game. There are enemies in this game that are ripped straight from other games, like Bullet Bills, Pac-Man ghosts, reskinned versions of the winged turtles from Mario, and there's even an enemy that's a total ripoff of Glover. And look, I know that Glover came out a full 7 years after James Pond 2, okay, but this enemy is still a ripoff because I watched Arrival and the octopus aliens taught me that time is a circle, which is how this game was able to steal the concept of Glover even though it came out before Glover. Look, even the main theme song of this game is just a slightly different rendition of the RoboCop theme song. Also, the main villain, Dr. Maybe, is a total ripoff of the 1960s Bond villain, Dr. Probably. And it's not just the enemies that infringe on copyright in this game, it's also the items. Like, for example, this t-shirt with an image of what is definitely probably a Ninja Turtle, or this one with Disney's Mickey Mouse. But you know, it's probably like Marty Mouse or Michael's second cousin thrice removed. And these t-shirts are only a few of the extremely bizarre items that you can collect in this game. I mean, you can collect everything from a hammer to the earth itself. There's alcohol, telephones, coins, treasure chests, tiny voodoo dolls, and a heart that doesn't give you any health because of course there needs to be at least one item that is aggressively counterintuitive. Although I guess collecting a heart in real life wouldn't give you health, it'd probably just give you hepatitis. So yeah, there's a whole lot of random shit to collect in this game. It's like an episode of Hoarders, just without the feces and trauma. But it's not just the items that remind me of Hoarders, it's the stages, because they look like cluttered messes. Like, I don't even really know how to describe what I'm looking at. It's like a Google AI tried to make a wallpaper spread of Freddy Fazbear. Even the colors are confusing my brain. Sometimes the foreground and background colors are way too similar, and other times they clash like they're on a medieval battlefield. What's going on? What am I looking at? It's just a bunch of rooms filled with cake and cheese and floating clams and a whole lot of unnecessarily hostile inhabitants. Oh shit, I almost forgot to mention the most dangerous enemy in the entire game. The Shrieking Flower of Doom. This flower is completely psychotic. The way he just lunges at you with murderous intent, releasing a spine-tingling shriek as he advances is horrifying. You can see in his eyes he wants nothing more than to taste your blood and succulent flesh. I know you guys think I'm being hyperbolic about this enemy, but I'm not. This flower is on the FBI's top 10 most wanted list for international war crimes and cannibalism. Alright, I've been spending way too much time complaining about this game. It's time to say something positive about Robocod. Did you guys know that Robocod actually won an award in 1991? It won an award for the worst hitboxes ever in any video game made in the history of the fucking universe. The President of the United States presented the award when he saw Robocod get slapped by a snake that was like 5 feet away from him. Like, you literally don't have to be anywhere near the enemies or bosses in this game to get hit. So I guess it's a good thing that a majority of the bosses in this game are incredibly easy. Queen of Hearts? More like Queen of Farts. Oh, actually there is one boss that sucks, and it's the final boss in the game. Frosty the gigantic frozen penis wrinkle. He just sucks on so many levels. First of all, you can't even use Robocod's signature extendo spine during this fight, so the only way that you can attack Frosty is by jumping on his detached head and using it to gain a boost up to pounce on his body. But you can't pounce on him consecutively or you'll take damage. And after you hit him a couple times, he starts farting out snowmen equipped with Air Jordans. I did notice that if you pull to the left after pouncing on Frosty, you can despawn these little snowmen. Unfortunately, I did get a game over here, and I gotta say, Robocod has one of the most brutal game over screens I have ever experienced. Just look at James Pond, dude. That is a fish who has given up on life. He's at his lowest point, and then these penguins, who he thought were his friends, just fucking eat him after dragging him across the ice like a bag of trash. Not only does this game over screen exclaim your failure, it declares you to be nothing more than an afternoon snack for some rollerblading ice chickens. Don't get me wrong, James Pond is an absolute schlub. He's a straight up schlemiel. But he doesn't deserve this. No one does. And speaking of things no one deserves, I had to play through this entire game again after getting a game over at the final boss. But after a tedious and frustrating battle, I finally defeated Frosty. Aha! It was the evil Dr. Maybe all alone. Oh my god. Gross, dude. I think Dr. Maybe got some frostburn from being inside the Frosties. I like how this is the only time you see Dr. Maybe during this entire game. Dr. Maybe sucks, dude. Oh yeah, and then Santa just shows up out of nowhere and fucking crushes Dr. Maybe with a giant sack of presents, and he dies, canonically. Just kidding, he crawls away with his fingers like a Looney Tunes character. I really do appreciate Santa showing up at the very end of my adventure, just trying to kill Jack me. Like, I did all the work, Santa. I fought this dude's army, crushed his generals, destroyed the British, and then you think you can just sneak in at the end and steal my glory? F off, Santa. Alright, so what did I think of James Pond 2, Codename Robocod? Well, it's an alright platformer with repetitive and sometimes obnoxious music, terrible hitboxes, convoluted stages, and pretty mediocre boss fights. But the enemy pool was kind of neat, and Robocod is just too bizarre for me to hate as a character. So, I guess I'd have to give James Pond 2, Codename Robocod 2.1 Auto 9s out of 5. But since the game does have a lot of RoboCop references, I'm gonna have to bump that score up to 100 out of 5, making RoboCod the highest rated and coolest game I've ever reviewed. Everybody do golf clap for RoboCod, do a golf clap for RoboCod. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment in the comments section below. And if you really enjoy these reviews, please consider donating to my Patreon to help support my channel and my cheese habits.
And now it's time for Comments with Peter, the part of the show where Peter reads your stupid fucking comments.
Now it's time for Comments with Peter, which I'll be doing right now. Wow, so let's read some comments from 5 months ago. We all know Peter's Witch's Brew would simply be a cheese fountain. Correct. You should be grateful I am watching this because, well, I'm terrified of witches. Okay, there, I said it. I once too was terrified of witches as well, also. But I had to dress up like a witch and live in the shoes of a witch for a day to fully understand that witches are just people too. And in a way, we're all just a little bit a witch. Especially my 2nd grade math teacher. She would ride around on a broom. She tried to get my little dog, Totem. I also learned that witches are kind of sexy. Please don't jinx 2022 Peter. Oh boy, too late. Oops, it's jinxed. You did it, I'm so proud of you. Thank you. I do agree that you deserve more subscribers. Maybe you could hex yourself, saying that once you reach a milestone you would do something fucked up or embarrassing. I'm not sure what you would do considering your escapades, but I would love to see it happen. Oh, I definitely have something fucked up and embarrassing planned for 10k subs, and that is that I will review Bubsy 2.
Like it possibly go. Like it possibly go wrong.